You know how certain games have deep titles, the mere mention of which generates intrigue as to what they're about and what you're going to be exploring during the gameplay. Beyond Good and Evil, Silent Hill. This is not one of those games. This is a game where you build things out of Lego and you race it. This is Lego Racers, a game from 1999, released for the PlayStation 1, N64 and PC. And I am TomTom94, and I will be guiding you through it today. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump right in and we're going to build things, because this is Lego. And then we're going to click New Racer and get away from this blank menu. And we're going to be presented with 4 different options which we can choose from in order to customize our driver. You can change their hat, you can change their face to give them a series of badass moustaches or make them a girl. You can customize your torso to make Robin Hood into an oil entrepreneur or from space. And you can customize their legs to give them different coloured trousers. Yep. The only other thing of interest on this screen, which is how I'm going to be deciding the first race we're going to build, is the mix button, which generates a purely random racer. The options available, you'll notice there are actually quite a few. You've got a mixture of the supernatural, you've got some old stuff, you've got a girl, you've got some hairstyles. You know, there's a decent amount to be going on with for the start of the game, which is really good, because occasionally racing games forget that you're supposed to not have to unlock the entirety of the content. I quite like the idea of the surprise girl protagonist. So we're going to choose the Dark Knight helmet, which blocks her face. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to choose the one that shows her face, because if we get to this next screen, which is the Make License screen, this is where we choose our character's name. And if I'd blocked her face off, I wouldn't be able to show you that you can choose your character's facial expression like this. From normal to furious to... This is meant to be contented, but in the girl's case it does look rather flirtatious. This is the Desu Desu Kawaii face. This is the mildly upset about something face, and this is the my god what happened to my eyes face. Yeah, I don't know why they included that last one, but we're just going to stick with normal. And I would go for Joan of Arc, but unfortunately the game already took that one. I don't know. It does exactly what it says on the tin. If we click ahead to building a car, there are 4 car sets available from the outset. Again, the game provides quite a bit of variety from the start, which is really good, because most other racing games, it's like, here is your first character, now you will race to unlock all of them. There is the basic car set, the racing car set, which is sort of ramps and shit. You've got the space car set, which turns your car into a moon buggy, and the medieval car set, which apparently proves that medieval times had racing cars, which is something I don't really want to dwell on. One thing I would like to dwell on is this quick build option here. Quick build gives you one of 2 default pre-built cars for that car set. There are 2 for each car set, and I'm just going to run through them all here. You'll notice they're a bit unoriginal. I don't quite know why the space one has swords, but we're not really going to dwell on that one very much. We're going to start by building on the racing car set. I like the racing car set because it gives a wide variety of aesthetics. Now, you control the brick with the arrow keys, or this handy grid. You can move it in 8 directions. You control the camera through 360 degrees, but it always locks onto one of the angles because it's easier for it. You can rotate the brick you've got equipped, which would work better if I wasn't equipped to square brick. You can drop the brick with that button, and you can lift the previous brick up. Let's demonstrate this. Drop, and up. And you can angle the camera as well like that. What are we going to do for Night Girl then? I think Night Girl deserves some stuff from the racing series. Although, probably not. I reckon, yeah, definitely stick a spoiler on. We're going to start by building this white ramp here at the front, which is going to blend into some black side pods. Black side pods. Try again. Here we go. Because she's a racer, so you know, side pods like it's an F1 car. We're going to have a black block in that gap there from the basic set. Another black block to carry things to the back. Then remove that one there, and drop one in that gap there. I'm going the wrong way. Here's a black block. We drop that one in that gap there. We'll stick a white spoiler on the back from the racing set to complete Night Girl, our very first racer. In the future, if I create more races, which I probably will, I'm probably just going to cut those out and show the results on screen, because there's no real point in going through this process again. There we go, we're done. You can remove all the bricks if you really desperately want to start again, but we're just going to click Finish, and there we go, there is our completed racer, Night Girl. She is a knight, she is a girl. You can start a new racer at any point. You can edit any existing racer, make a copy. I don't really know why you do that unless you really desperately wanted to copy one particular aspect. And you can delete anyone. But what we want to do is this mysterious test drive option. So click that, and you'll be transported to the test track. We are going to be racing. This is the nitty-gritty of the game. Control's fairly simple. I wouldn't expect anything else. You accelerate with up, steer with left and right, brake with down if you ever need to brake, which you probably should. Power side is space until you can't power side left because of an oversight in Windows keyboards. Fortunately, I don't think that matters to us. Now, you may be wondering, what are these weird bricks floating around? Well, these weird bricks are the power-ups in the game, and if you press enter, you can use them. There are 4 different kinds. Green are turbo, blue are shield, yellow are hazards, which drop behind you, and red are projectiles, which fire in front of you. And there is one other colour of brick, which is the most important class of brick in the game, the white Power Plus brick, which turns everything into a more powerful version. For instance, there is a more powerful turbo. As you can tell, it's a different colour. The shield will last longer. The yellow brick will change from an oil slick into an exploding barrel, or it will if I can fire it. The red brick will turn from a cannonball into a grappling hook. Now, there are 3 stages for each power-up. Unfortunately, on the test track, there are only 2 different. There are only 2 Power Plus bricks. This is probably because if you included 3, then the level 3 turbo would literally break the game, because the game would have no idea where to drop you out. That's something I'll get into later. But if we want to if I can show off the level 2 turbo, it's a huge boost, so huge that it makes you fly. This is the second section of this track. This is off-road, where you handle slightly differently, slightly slower. That's all there is to it, really. If you get 2 Power Plus bricks with the blue item, then obviously you get a longer shield. I think it's 8 seconds with the second level of brick. If you use that shield and somebody runs into you, they will die. They will spin out. This is the level 2 red pickup. It's a wand that shoots out in front of you, and anyone it hits, they get flung up into the air. Very powerful weapon if you get caught by it. You will probably find yourself not behind the other races enough to make it worthwhile. Last but not least, I apologise for not showing off the higher level shields. I'll probably get a chance to show them off in the races, but basically they're the same, they're just a different colour. This is not a lot. Whereas the yellow power-up, level 2, drops this contraption, which is what they call a magnetic trap. Now, I can't do it because it's mine and I'm protected from it, but if you were to drive into this, you'd get flung about, probably flung backwards, is how they usually end. And it would cost you a good 5 or 6 seconds in the race. The yellow pickups, you will have noticed, tend to focus on one specific racer. There is one exception, which is the level 3. That is something I would desperately love to show you later on. We're good, so we're driving into the garage, and I think actually we're pretty much done for this episode. Next time I'd like to get started on getting into what these different races are. But until then, thank you very much for watching. I have been TomTom94. Good night and good luck.